Balin, for past life for Balin, we're going to take a look. I want to get these. Okay. This right here. All right. So we're going to flip it down, see what we've got going, and then we'll get some of the others. We've got some archetypes of Archangel Raguel coming through, and something about the university. There's something coming in here. What are you at? This is coming through as Ragnell and the university, but what I'm getting is Gardener. Why am I getting a Gardener at the university? Leader in prison. Gardener. Okay. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me see if I can shift this down a little. I'll show you. I'm getting these. And I'm getting these. And I could go through Denise Lynn's. And this one, I've taken the keywords off. I just like the images so much for past life that I got these in there. I modified the deck for this. Definitely. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, this is you. You are acting as some sort of guardian of the university, some sort of keeper of the grounds. This is like something you do, and it feels like there is something very strongly that the education or the place of education is a little bit upper crust. It feels like you keep track of people that are there. Like you look out for the students. You're not exactly a teacher, but you're looking out for the students there. You're looking out for those that are elevated, and you are committed to that land. Now let's see what else is going on here. Wow, a whole chunk fell out. I want to see what's in here. Okay. Flipping down. Sorry, let me flip this down too so you can kind of see so far what we've got. That angel energy is coming through here. There's something that you are associating. It feels like this is a private school, religious school of a sort that you tend to the grounds. The Emperor, you're related there, related to something. And when I get Emperor or when I get related, sometimes I get like aristocracy adjacent, that kind of thing. So the family has wealth, but you aren't. In this one, it feels very adjacent. You aren't the wealthy. You're to the side. Again, justice is coming through. There's something that's off balance. Wow. Okay. Hierophant's coming through a little bit dark on this one. And the Nine of Swords. And what I'm getting is, forgive me for saying it this way, but this is the way that it's coming through. So you get it as I get it. It's like you are at the school of bastards, at the school of the ones that aren't titled, at the school of the ones that are unofficial. And I mean that word in the old sense where it's not the legitimized children. So these are coming through, and these are the ones that you're looking for. Some of them that will be coming through will be legitimized, but this is where the wisdom and the protection has to come through. Yeah, these have been sent here. It's like the illegitimized offspring of blah, blah, blah aristocracy is something that you're looking out for and taking care of. What's going on with that? You have to, it's not just the outcasts or the forgotten or the ones that don't have the pedigree officially on paper. But you know, if somebody that was aristocratic or royal had an affair and here comes a child out of wedlock, so to speak, or out of pedigree, not pedigreed, you would be on the lookout for those. That was partly what you were supposed to be doing. You were supposed to be teaching them important things. They wanted the kids to have a little bit more education or weight in the world, but they also needed to understand their place. Keep them in their place, keep them in their space. It's not because you wanted to keep them down. You were doing things to protect them so they would know how to interact, move through society in a way that would serve them. Wow. And there was something about maintaining the status quo that needed to be there, yet you wanted to teach them a little bit more. You felt like it was unfair, yet you understood the society that you were in. You taught them patience. You asked them to be patient, see what's going on. There's also this red that's coming in. In this sense, it's not coming in as security. It's coming in as a power, power, power. What was, yes, yes. You were good at seeing what their strength was, seeing what their power was, help encouraging them with their power. And the learning, the teaching was hugely important. It's not so much the place, it's how you taught beyond that. You knew there were skills they would need to have beyond what would be allowed them. What's going on? Same deck, second deck, all right? Got to go into here. There is a little bit of helping them on a path, helping them on a journey. There's something that this would shift. There was a changing of the guards that shifted. Is this one particular Christmas? Hang on. This is the card I'm reading off of right now. There's something that's changing. And is this a particular Christmas? Is this where we're going? Yes. All right. It feels like a particular Christmas or particular December celebration that you're helping somebody move, relocate, go elsewhere. University didn't serve them. It's like you're helping, not necessarily, you haven't hatched the plan, but you have helped aid and assist in their plan. It was their choice to go. You are not going to block them, stop them, and you're not going to tell them the powers that be where this person went. This person wanted to go elsewhere. Why does somebody keep such a close eye on this one? I don't know, but it's here again. Go elsewhere, go elsewhere, go elsewhere. Escape the privileged garden, escape the privileged garden, go into on their own. They were not going to get the exact nobility to say, okay, this is mine. There's never going to get the acknowledgement or the legitimacy that was there. You got them taught in their gifts. They had to escape what they figured was the enchanted garden. And they do seem to have a connection to nature. It feels like this particular person wasn't really good at the books, wasn't really good at any kind of book learning, but was very, very at one in nature and wanted to go. What else about this one? This one was a girl child that you helped. You helped many children, but this one was particularly a girl child. As is shown here. She knew her talent. She knew her gift. You helped her. Where did she go? It looks like she went into the mountains. I'm getting this card, and this is very much coming in strongly as the girl. She went into the mountains with somebody that was, like I would say a mountain crone. You know, in modern times we have mountain men type of imagery, and they kind of live off the grid, or they live in pioneer times or whatever. This feels like a crone that lived in the mountains, very much understood her wisdom, went her own way, and you knew this person. Very much you knew that this person and this girl would be the good connect, the good fit. Yeah. You've had dreams your entire life of saving children. You've done it in lives before. And I'm saying lives plural. It feels like very much, again, sending them on their way, sending them where they need to go that gets them to safety. Particularly this one is coming out. She's representative of many, but this specific one is very much distinct in her look. It's not so much her hair. It's something about her look and you know, when you have parents that are Pete and repeat, it looks like a mini-me. It feels like this child looks so like the mini-me that it was to her advantage to be geographically distant to where she was born, geographically distant to where the aristocracy would have been befouled. This is the genetic resemblance to the mother that's so strong that it would have, yes. What I'm getting is the girl that you sent looks so genetically resemblance to the mother that the mother's life would have been in jeopardy had she been discovered, caught out, acknowledged. Something about that is different. Now, it's interesting because we think about the lines and the marital lines and all of this usually going through the father, but there was something here, befouled. Yeah, what a word. Okay. All right. Let's go. I'm going to get another deck of cards. 1 second. This is the dreaming way, and I love this for these kinds of readings. They come in really, really handy, and they come in really, really well for past life. And we're about that era. 15s, 16s. Don't know what that's about. Feels like, what am I getting? I'm getting 15, 16s as in the century. The girl is much younger than that. It feels like the girl wasn't even 12 when she was sent to the crone. She's sent to the strong crone in the mountains. Escapes the privileged garden. Has to be so. Must be so. If you want her to thrive, this is where the justice comes in. You are arbiter or fixer, find solution of things, and you do it in such a way. It's very, very interesting because they see you as somebody that perhaps is taking care of gardens or adding the gardens, teaching around the gardens, and you are handling I would say not necessarily all of them are young kids, but kids in situations that they could have been offed or could have been sent off. They're just in a crap situation. Yeah. Yeah, you're handling this. Something about the kids, if the kids were in jeopardy or outside the situation, outside what was presumed to be the good thing, there was something that would go on. And it feels like that there was several kids. It feels like that there was, this is coming through as the kid. And this is coming through as the age. I'm getting that there was at least 8 kids that are going through on this. 8 kids that you helped during this particular lifetime as the one that's, again, same saying, sends them off before they come to a precarious ending. Very interesting. What else did you do there? A little bit of, yeah, okay. I'm getting a little bit of potioneering. That's a word that came across a few years back. A little bit of potioneering, a little bit of engineering, understanding the fruits of the garden, the herbs of the garden, the liquid assets of the garden, the distiller. Yeah, okay. Again, the justice wants to come through for you. Again, third time justice is coming through for you. You help to balance the scales. You help to balance the scales. There's something about the retreating that has to happen. You help to balance the scales going through here. Is there another one that you can show us? Yes? Okay. There's another one of the 8 that wants to be represented. Oh. I'm getting something that is like the coddled and swaddled. What's going on here? Give me just a sec. There is something going on here. Another deck. Coddled and swaddled. Why am I getting this? Two babies born at the same time, one with the papers, one without. 2 babies born at the same time, one with the papers, one without. The one without the papers was the healthier baby. The one with the papers was not so healthy. What did they do? They let them both thrive side by side, very much side by side in the school for quite some age. And yes, they did. Oh. What I'm getting is coddled and swaddled. So there was one that was one that's legit, that's unhealthy baby, one that's illegitimate, healthy baby, sent to same school. Yeah. And by about 7 or 8, they are switching those up. Really? Wow. There's interference with the maternals, interference so that this can be done. One of them understands what's going on, the other does not. They let the illegitimate woman and her child be separated, and they let the child go to school, and they told the illegitimate woman that hers was the unhealthy. Elevated over time, gradually over time, elevated. A whole new world opens up, whole new portal, different kinds of world, different kinds of status opening up for this one. Ha! There's the 2 women there. The 2 women. You didn't like this, but you had to do it. It was the choice. Yeah. Yeah, by age 7. Yeah, yeah. The swap was completed. They were enough similar. The swap's completed, and this is what's happened. And it's something that there is a little bit of heaviness still carried. Why is this heaviness carried? You didn't agree with this plan. You didn't feel like this was the right thing to do. You carried it out, helped carry it out, but it's not something that you felt right to do. You felt like this was too hard on the mother of the illegitimate. It was too hard on her. Yeah, it was stolen straight up. It's like they stole her child and right out from under her nose because they offered this education, this move, this education, this elevate, and yeah. Stay in the garden for a long time. Defend the garden for a long time. Maneuver within the realm that you're capable of maneuvering in for a long time. Wow, this is a story where you feel like you haven't been able to forgive yourself in this lifetime as this person for that. That's the one error. The one that you helped significantly go forward was great, but that was further down the track. The two that came before that were so similar to each other, it's almost like you couldn't forgive yourself for helping give the other one a chance. You've had irrational feelings of somebody stealing your child since the day he was born. He's 7 now. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There's always something in this past life that will come through and come out that is relevant to what's going on currently. If I'm understanding what's going on here, you helped make this happen, and it's something that your spirit didn't agree with, although you did do what was necessary at the time. You didn't agree with it, and it's something that's not settled. So if you have that fear or whatever now, this is just acknowledgement that this is, if you have that in your current life right now, this is acknowledgement that you can let that go at this time. You did the best you could do at that time, and there's no reason to carry guilt or upset further into this lifetime. The children that are yours in this lifetime, the children that are under your care, under your wing, are help balancing the scales of having to put yourself through that and having to put someone else through that. You can only care for who is under your wing now. Just like then, you cared for who was under your wing then. Anything else? Yes. Again, there was make haste, make haste. You needed to do what you needed to do, and you did it well. And then there is reward for doing it. There is reward, not because there was needed monetary reward back then, but there is reward for doing and yielding. I'm getting the word yielding to the higher need of the time. So again, this is not the time to feel guilty about that. You don't have to worry that your child is going to be stolen or that taken. You did right by the situation. If you hadn't done what it would have done, it would have played out a little bit differently. But ultimately, there would have been grief and loss for the one mom anyway. You did it and helped facilitate something in a way that better served. Had you not done that, there would have been a harsher way they would have been about it. Yeah. And again, harsher way, when you're protecting some of these kids that you're protecting, you're also protecting some of those moms, the befouled, the outcast. It's not just the children, it's also the outcast mother that buck the system a little bit, go against the society. These ones that sometimes didn't get all the right cards in life. This is something that is also, when you work to honor their children, to do the right by them the best you can, it also is writing things on other timelines, on other places. Yeah, in this lifetime, come forward. In this lifetime, take the necessary steps to help who you can, when you can. Don't doubt or carry too much weight from the past. This is a time for release, a time to allow the release to come through. If if you are working for the good of your fellow being, be it the child, be it the parent, be it your own bloodline or someone else's, your heart is in the right spot. Your heart comes through in the right spot over and over again through this, over and over again through this. So your heart will guide you. This is what you need to follow. Whether the child is raised up or whether the child is impoverished, you understand the value of the person. You aren't one that is biased by somebody's affluence or lack of affluence. You see the child as the person. You don't just see them as the baby or the little child. You see the person. You'll be able to have the gift to see their gifts and what they could become. You'll be able to see potential in them and encourage and help guide. You might be the teacher that they remember for a long, long time. You might be the one that says something that they'll carry forever, or just their memory of how you interacted with them will be significant. It will be safe harbor, loving arms. Those kinds of things come through, and that comes through and carries on even forward. Okay, that's complete. That's complete. Okay. All right. Yeah, when I'm in the cards, I am really, really, truly in the cards. So that's what I got on that. It's a little bit of a trippy one, but yeah. You're so welcome, Balin. You are so, so welcome. Yeah, it's interesting to see what comes through. Sometimes it takes a little bit of digging through, but holy moly, crazy. And yeah, if you want to go see this later, it will be on YouTube, and you can, if you want to comment there, if I've missed things as I'm in the cards, or if you want to comment, oh, this was validated or that resonates, that's always helpful, and I always appreciate that. So whatever you want to do, you just want to say that you're an elementary school librarian and very, very loved here by your students. Yeah. Just so you know, Balin, you're not a librarian by accident. You're always close to the grounds and the knowledge of school. That comes through over and over. It always comes through, So it wouldn't surprise me if you could travel the field, the Akashic Records, those kinds of things, and snoop in on some of this. Just letting you know if you didn't know. That's all. So, okay. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Yeah. You would know the stories of the 100 dresses and the minx and the little witch and all of these stories. You would know stories that were old. I'm getting stories that were old, and particular. I'm getting like 1st to 4th, maybe 5th grade. These kinds of things in the elementary, 1st to 4th, particularly strong. You're going to know some of the older books, older stories, and which one that would suit a child very well. Yeah. You're in the right field. Very much, my friend. Very much. All right. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up with the scroll. And then I think we had some for Krista going on. Hey, Brandy. Hey. Okay, Krista, a mini and a pinch. Oh, Krista, we have the craziest deck. It's called the Freak Show. And I wanted to see what was going on in there. And I saw this and I'm like, okay, this is great. It is a bonkers kind of a deck. It's the Circus Freak Show. We're going to do that for the mini, and we'll see what's going on. And we'll see what's going on. Now, these cards are in-your-face kind of cards. They're a little bit, I don't know. You'll see them. They're, well, okay. Stop talking. Start reading. Krista, full. Yeah, we're doing this in the traditional Celtic cross style. That's how it wants to come through. That's how we're doing it. Okay. Now, I don't have a double of this deck. Oh my gosh, this thing really wants to read more Oracle than Tarot already. And as I was going through it, it's like, whoa, wants to read more Oracle than Tarot. This is you and a friend coming through in the future. It's not even having me start here in the significator. Let me see if I can push this so you can see. All right. Let's see what we can do with this. Hopefully. Whoa! Sorry, guys. Okay. Hopefully, there. I'm back. Sorry, guys. That flew right out of the holder, but right here is what's coming through first. Sorry about that. Okay. So we have the Three of Pentacles, but what I'm getting is the two mischievous kids, the friend, the friendship, the friendship. These are reading very weird. It's got the Three of Pentacles, which is usually the benefactor, but it's also coming through as if you were to see the Six of Cups there. These friends are up to not no good, but hijinks, mischief-making friends. Holy cow. Just mischief-making friends coming through in the position of the future. Now, the recent past Ace of Cups, somebody you've encountered that inspires this this one with the patches coming through, very Pippi Longstocking type of thing. You can tell by the hair, you can tell by the mischief, and you can tell that, yeah, a whole bunch of Mr. Nielsen energy. Mr. Nielsen, yeah. These guys are reading as if Pippi Longstocking wanted to come to play with you. Shenanigans, yes, exactly so. Now here we have the Six of Cups. This is exactly the subconscious. This is what I was describing and I hadn't seen it. And it does not look like the familiar Six of Cups at all. This looks very, very different. But the shenanigans are coming through. Yeah. You and the mischief maker. I don't know if this is you and a sister, you and a friend, you and a bestie. This is coming through as, yes, the mischief has to happen. Yes, like the mischief of, oh, yes, yes. So, yes. Okay, so I've been a little bit of a punk in my day, and it's giving me a little bit of an overload. But one time, my daughter and one of my friends and I went out to be a little bit of mischief makers, and we had gone to the dollar store and gotten what looked like a golf ball and shattered glass, and it's like this sticker that you put on this window just to be a punk, right? So we're thinking, okay, it's just fun to be silly and doing silly things. We'd put this on someone's car, and then they'd be relieved to see, oh, no, this isn't a golf ball. This isn't shattered glass. This is just somebody being an idiot. So, okay, so we go do this, and my daughter hops out of the car, excited to be included on the fun, right? She puts this on this car, doesn't realize that there's a passenger sleeping in that car that opens up his eyes and sees her, and she's like red-handed caught, and this is what's going on. And I think to this day, they must have a memory in their shenanigans bank from this, as does she, because usually this friend and I, we would do shenanigans on our own, not always with my daughter around. Just kind of silly stuff to bring a little bit of levity is what's the goal. Mr. Nielsen is there. This is something, yeah, you would travel to do. It's like flamingoing somebody's yards with like a dozen pink flamingos, you know. These are the things that happen. And it feels like the shenanigans and the mischief is very soul healing. And I don't know what this is about. And I don't know if this is just the one friend or if it's actually the three. In the particular situation I related, it was me, my friend, and my daughter. So there was the three. You might include somebody else. There's a little bit of levity. Back in the day, people would go toilet paper other people's houses. Really, really rude. Nobody would do that anymore because, you know, toilet paper, economy. Yeah, okay, enough said. But the shenanigans and the joyfulness and the silliness needs to be honored. There needs to be silliness. It needs to be actively engaged is what I'm getting. The Page of Coins is coming through. There's a gift you have and a way of presenting it that's hugely important. And you can't do it on your own. It's not just about the one person on the right. And you've got here the Page of Coins and the Knight of Swords. So somebody has the truth and somebody has the gift, and they need to ride together. These came through like this, but they want to be like this. This is the two that are here, and there needs to be a third. The joy that you extend by doing sometimes things the way of Heyoka, right? And I don't say that lightly. I tell you, Mr. Nielsen, I tell you, Pippi Longstocking. But if this isn't a Heyoka, I don't know what is, right? So be very, very aware. You have this Heyoka trickster energy in you that is very, very good. Very coyote spirit, very, very trickster. Needs to be honored. Okay. You have a few cast of characters. Yeah, this is like very, very much what's coming through. You're getting this one, and this one is kind of coming through a little bit like a little spiteful, but it's also coming in. These cards come in with two cards at once, even though they're only the one. They come in double cards. This is Page of Swords. Page of Swords is like the one that miscommunicates, that's seen and witnessed things, and this might be the third that's coming in. But what I'm getting is this is actually more like Six of Swords, that this joyful silliness is going to help them overcome and get out of the rough waters. Now, here, the environment around, 7, holy cow. There's so much going on around this person that feels like danger, Will Rogers. So much going around this person that feels like irritations and just hold still, just hold still. If I just hold, the rough waters are not going to smooth out without this person having a shift for you or for them either. So this is what's needed to shift out of that. If there's a Six of Swords in the deck, I haven't found it yet, but this is coming through with that Six of Swords energy, more so than the Page of Swords. This one, it needs ferried across. What do we have here? Hopes and fears. The Four of Wands. The synchronicity coming through. What is going on there? This one is so great, and the space buns are calling me. This is like the hairdo and space buns or pigtails or what you would wear. Again, the sense of kid, the sense of play. This is needing to come through. But is this too much to hope for? Too much that there could be joy again? No, it's not too much to hope for. Yes, there can be joy again. Absolutely there can. And then here, we're seeing the Ten of Swords. We have the Page and we have the 10. What's going on with this one? What's hanging over their head is just too heavy for them to bear. They're surrounded by too much thought. Somebody in the trio has too much worry, too much anxiety, too much stress. Let's look a little deeper. I want a little clarification on this. Because those swords are coming in awkwardly. However, this is the Freak Show deck, so okay. Oh, well, okay then. Okay. So this is what we've got. We've got the Seven of Cups. Choices that we make and how do we pursue them. This is something that we need to pay attention to. Then here we're having the Strength card coming in. And this is usually the Lion Tamer and following the nudge. This is what you're teaching them. Following the nudge, and it's okay to have joy, even though there's serious situations. Sometimes, whether we're going through a divorce or custody battles or legal battles or just a lot of debt, whatever it is, sometimes the paperwork of life can get so big and so oppressive that it steals our joy. So sometimes it can steal our joy and it's a little bit frustrating. So what I'm getting is that don't let it get you. Don't let the anxiety overwhelm. It's just a little bit too ridiculous to let the anxiety overwhelm. The next thing that I'm getting is the Page of Cups, and this is the Wolf Boy. Somebody that presents one way but has something a little bit different going on. Somebody that is presenting as a little bit rough, I would say. Presenting as a little bit rough, but underneath is very, very creative, very, very genius. Needs a little bit more of that honored. What else is going on here? Again, Coyote and Trickster and Heyoka comes through. There is a Heyoka lesson that needs to come through for all three. Yes, and we are talking three. One else. Here she is again. How in the world? We have her doing something that's a really weird thing. We've got the three. Oh, yes, okay. Reducing some of the burden. We had this one in the Hopes and Fears. We have this one here. See the difference in the cards is just the one baton that's different. The one thing to juggle less. The one thing to juggle less of. So whoever is Space Buns, whoever is there, needs to learn to juggle a little differently, needs to remove some of the worry, needs to remove some of the work. So start a little easy. Somebody that's learning to juggle doesn't start with 15 different things. They might start with only 2, right? So this is what's going on. You're teaching somebody how to juggle, how to shift their energy as appropriately needed, so they aren't bogged down by worry, anxiety, and so they can allow some of the trickster, happy, relief, playfulness to come through. You're allowing this to be taught in a very, very different way. Okay. That's what's coming through. This is what's coming through on that. So I'm not sure why all that's coming through, but yeah, you got the references. I'm sure you know the references. That's a busy little deck. And it's called the Freak Show Circus. And it's, I'll show the cards and then I'll set them back in the tray, but that's what it is. And sometimes we all feel like odd man out. Sometimes we all feel like we're a little bit rough. And sometimes we just need to get up to a little bit of silliness to cure the day or cure the moment. And it does stop the over worry. So that's a really good thing for us. All right, Krista, a pinch. Now we'll go to the charms. Just 1 second. So for Krista, for a pinch, we're going to go here. Hopefully that will get it. And hopefully this is tipped enough. So much of that resonated. Good. Yeah, and feel free if you ever want to share what resonates or not when you go to the tube and put in a comment. I'm sure that'll be helpful. What I'm getting in my hand is, you know, when you see the claw machine and it's got all those toys, but something slips out of it, or you just can't quite grip it, so you have to re-grip and re-grip. So that's what I'm getting. Slipping through my fingers, slipping through my fingers. This is a big busy, much going on. A big busy. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I've got it all for the tube. I don't know if I've got it all for you here, but we're going to see what we got here. Okay. This is the crown right here. This is the crown right here, the butterfly that needs to bloom, the butterfly that needs to fly, the butterfly that's delayed. What's going on? And the bloom is right here. This is the conscious, this is the sub. Even though it's not in a straight line, it's coming to alignment. The subconscious of understanding that it's time to bloom, the subconscious of wanting to turn that over so there's more freedom for yourself is coming through. There needs to be an opening up of self, a little bit of vulnerability, and freedom is coming from this. A release. It's like something coming in that activates a release. And there's a tapping on a hand that can be done, and it is, yeah, tapping on the top of the hand, whichever is the dominant hand. Tapping on the dominant hand in point of release, letting release. Something that helps with that. I don't know what that's about. We got the little girl coming in again. Don't know if you can see this one. Hopefully you can. But this is the little kid, little girl charm. Just the little girl. It makes me think of the Mystic Medleys type of deck. But that's what's coming in. The little girl of truth, the one that is a truth teller, the one that knows the truth, sees the truth, understands it, is going to have to perhaps upset the apple cart just a little bit. There is a little bit of disruption. The roles that are being played, the roles that are attached, we've got here the peace, the dove of peace that's upside down, the one that is the golden child that wears the crown. We've got the one that is attached, the one that is needing protected. All of these come through as roles that need turned upside down, roles that need re-examined. It's the subconscious and it's the work that needs cleared away first. This is what's going on. It needs cleared away first. The connection with the spiritual realm, we've got the fairies coming through here. You know that strongly brings through Nell for me. It's bringing through Nell and Lucy both on this. What's going on with that? Where's my mind's eye or one of Lucy's decks? Give me a minute. Lucy's having me go to Avalon, not mind's eye. We'll go ahead and go to Avalon real quick. What does she want you to know? We talked about the playful energy just a minute ago, and that's so much strongly Nell, but this is bringing through Lucy all. Lucy's coming through too. We've got this coming through. We've got Nell and then change. Dragonflight, change. We've got the Avalon coming through. Infinity, something that you're growing into. Queen of Wands, very territorial, very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very knowing what is justice for you, what is needed for you, what you are receptive to, and what you no longer have serving you, and you're letting go of that, shedding that, being done with it, moving forward, moving forward. This change is happening now for you. It's also happening through the fall. I get the leaves falling in the winter, so we've got the seasons coming in. I don't know if you can see this, but we've got, let me see if I can slide this down right here. We got the leaf and we got the snowflake. This is giving me fall and winter energy. The change is happening. You're already in the flow. You know this is my river of flow going on here. The infinity sign. You're rebalancing what you're attached to, what you were protecting, what was attachments. It's loosening up. The grip is loosening a little bit differently. The role that you play, the oversweet role and the overmothering role versus being what's clear to your heart, what's in your I am statement. It is honoring your inner child. It is taking care of that aspect of you. Perhaps responsibilities were placed on you a little too heavily, a little too early, and it was don't rock the boat and do what needs done and maintain the peace and, you know, follow the rules, follow the rules, follow the rules. Well, now you have a little bit of a different power, and it's not as structured. We've got the clothespin here. If you think of the difference between these two, they both attach things. You've got like the diaper pin and the clothespin. This one is a closed loop, can be protective, but this one you can easily grasp what you need. That's quick to grasp. It holds things towards the sun, not just holds the paper, but this is clothespin, close on the line, sun energy coming through big time. Yeah, this is things that are really need to be days in the sun, remembering. Okay, and then what do we have here? Oh my. Okay, and when they come out this crazy, it is wild to see. We've got the mermaid under the moon. Yeah, you've got a little bit of this salmon color that wants to come through. Now, if you see this, you might think, well, that's just a red and yellow, and it's making a pinky orange. Or you might think pink highest chakra, crown chakra coming in, right? Indigo, violet, pink. But what I'm getting is there is something about this that's the pink and green. So we're getting the heart and the high heart chakras coming in. A little bit of mermaid time. This again is a reference to the water, the flow, the ocean, the river. Also, Lucy comes in. Lucy and Nell both represented here. Lucy comes in through here. Nell comes in through here. We talk about this. We talk about the balance. Very, very interesting for you. Right here. We got new messages coming forward. This is happening fairly soon. And the green, why it's still green, why it's still green. What is this going on? This is coming in out of sequence, out of sequence. Now, we've got fall and winter that you're going towards. It's almost like instead of time moving this way, time's moving this way. But this is coming in a little bit different for me. So let me just take a look. I want to see what's going on. We've got the horse, which is the conveyance. It's not so much the rider, but is the vehicle conveyance. And the green, the heart. Where you're traveling is very much about it. There is something that is very, very equestrian related here. It's not just horse and rider, and it's not just conveyance, and it's not just chariot. There is something like if you can't get to ocean, you need to get where there's hay fields or where there's rural enough places that horses would be around there. Yeah. The Fool. Taking a leap of faith, finding the new journey, finding the new place, trusting the universe has this, and it honors the heart. I'm getting something about like the green hay fields and the smell of fresh cut grass. There's something about the spring energy that you need to carry with you. Be very, very aware of the spring green energy coming through. The heart wants to open up. We talked about the green and the pink before on this one charm coming through. Yeah. It's an expansion in a different kind of way of where the territory is that you can find peace. So that's what's going on. Those scents resonate? Good, good. Glad that it makes sense to you. That's what I'm getting with this. This is what you're encountering. You're becoming this, and you're having to trust this. Okay, that's what I got for you. And this is the Avalon Revelations Tarot. It's really quite pretty. So that's what that one is. All right, let me get these charms put away, but that's what I got. Holy moly. That was a little bit crazy. Yeah, that was just gorgeous. Yeah, if you can't get to the ocean and you need to get in flow for you particularly, it's going to be the smell of cut grass. It's going to be the smell of hay and rural stuff. That's what's coming in. As wild as can be, but that's actually what it was. So, all right. Okay, so we've got Jessica for a blind. The horses are it. Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting thing that some people get around horses and they get skittish. Other people get around horses and it's almost like they are horse whisperers. They are people that the animals can communicate with them really, really well. All right, Jessica for the blind. Let's see what's going on here. One more. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So Jessica for the blind. You rode for 12 years and love it. Of course. Of course. Of course. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just read these in the order they came out. And I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So Jessica for the blind. I think that was just my iPad talking. It misunderstood. It's so ridiculous. Okay. These are coming out like pillars or columns. I don't know why. This is coming out like pillars or columns, and this is the whimsical creatures. We'll see that in a minute. What's the lesson as you walk among them? Wow, it's opening, opening, opening up. There's 3 here to this side. Coming through this way. And then there's these 2, and then we'll see what's coming through here. Yeah. Another 3. These are column, then opening, column, then opening. So interesting. Interesting. All right, we're going to put this opening a little smaller so maybe you can see the cards. And then the story cuts through here, and it cuts through here. Really interesting. Okay, 1 second. Okay, what I'm getting is something's birthing something new by September, and I don't know why I'm getting it, but I get it from here, from here. I don't know what this is about. There is a new project that you're taking on in September. You're working on it through the summer. This is something that you are learning, lessons you're learning. You got the joy card coming through here. Right over here, and these, they come out shaped like a moon, crescent moon, crescent moon, over and over coming through. What you've got here, you've got the prosperous pig. You're working on something that's building the prosperity, building pride in self, and doing it in an abundant way. You got the prosperous pig, the proud peacock, and the, I don't know if this is what I'm saying, but resourceful rabbit. You're doing something with your finances, your money, and what it is that's your talent. And this is something you're allowing to grow. It is coming from the very heart-centered place, very heart-centered deck. This is something you're opening up and letting come through. It brings you great, great joy to do it. And this is saying mystic reverie coming in. This is very, very interesting. It puts you in a place of calm, of peace, and centeredness. Right here, we've got the guiding spirit coming through and the lunar reflection. Now, I told you this came through like the moons, lunar reflection. It's like every month when the moon's there, whether it's you're liking the full moon or whether you like the waxing or waning, whatever it is, be very aware of the moon cycles as the seasons go through. The guiding spirit is trying to come through. You will be highly, highly, highly receptive. Most highly receptive on the full. Most highly receptive on the full. Yeah, whatever it is that is your practice, your ritual, your way of doing, most highly receptive on the full. This is something that there is full, full, full. This is big for you. Then you have Nebula Burst and Metal Rose. This is saying born under pressure, stars are born from darkness, and pain creates and helps motivate. So this is talking about the resourcefulness that comes through right here. Then the Metal Rose, strength blooms in unlikely ways, and letting your heart flourish. Grace is soft and tough. I like that it says soft and tough, not soft. It doesn't say soft, not tough, soft and tough. And this is true. This is what is needed. This is something you reflect upon. The grace you allow yourself, the grace you show yourself. These are the Shadow Light Oracle cards. And these ones are really important. And this is Spirit Walker. If you want your spirit to be able to walk both worlds, and we have both light and dark in us, we can't be so focused on the light and sunshine and unicorn sprinkles and all the magic that we don't see some of what's going on with our shadow. Our shadow is a great teacher for ourselves, and we need to remember this. We need to remember to let that side teach us as well. We can't just be in avoidance of it. You have plenty of joy going on here. There's all kinds of blue around here, blue around here, blue around here. If you're looking at here, it's blue, 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 blue coming through. It's something that the truth is burbling up, clearing, clearing, clearing again on the full, on the full, on the full. Now here we have, this person is coming through as a nature boy. I follow wrestling, so to me that's Ric Flair, but I think this is indicating a youth, a young person who really loves to be out and in the nature. And this is coming through as the boy that gets the telescope, the moon gazer, the one that watches the stars, the one that sits out on the porch or whatever when other kids are like busy inside. This one goes out, gets the break, takes the breath, understands it's time to pause, time to pause, time to pause. You get the king here. There's a contemplation, and this is coming through as a young boy. It can be masculinely attributed, but it's coming through as somebody that contemplates and understands and sees the truth, the lunar reflection coming through. When a boy becomes a man, or when we have watershed moments, when the girl becomes the woman, this is what's going on. Grace to grace, line to line. This is something added upon, added upon, added upon. Again, bam, right to September. Don't know what this is about, but September is here. The creator is here, and the clever and tricky one here. And sometimes the fox has to do with being out in the night, thinking, contemplating, and also the fox has to do with strategic and career moves. This is a really, really great one. This shows him on the chilly night, but it also shows him on the move. He's understanding that what nourishes the whole, what nourishes everyone else, may not be what's necessary for him. There is a differentiation. And it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, this one kind of sometimes gets a bad rap because he's sly. We've been taught for too long that to be doing something on our own behalf is a wrong thing, or to be contemplating what is best for us in order to maneuver in the world is wrong for us. We always have to give. And we can't be clever or crafty or stealthy of mind. And that's so inaccurate for you in particular. Understanding your place in the cosmos, And also understanding that here is just as sharp as it needs to be. It really does need to be. You've been taught to diminish when you need to be able to strut a little and have a little bit of pride, a little bit more going big, big, big. And there's magic coming through. The way you create your art is beautiful. The way you are as a creator and a creatrix and a creative is coming through very, very big. And the magic springs forward. And this is after September. It comes through as new gifts, new magic, new way of infusing your art, or taking your art and fusing something else that comes through very, very strongly. That's what's going on for you. Anything else? The mystic reverie, be in it. And when you go out in the lunar reflection, when you go out in the evening, be aware. Be very, very aware. There is the cosmos and the sense of perspective that you get, the alignment that you get by starlight is big for you. Yeah, it really is. The image that I'm getting is sleeping out on the trampoline under the night sky and how relaxing that is versus sleeping in your bed in the house. You don't even have to go camping. But when you're a little kid and you're sleeping out on the trampoline and you see all the stars in the sky, even then you're able to connect, able to see that you are the greater part of the greater than just this human experience. And that what works for everyone else isn't just, it's not a one size fits all for you. You understand your connection and understand your difference all at once. It's the mystic reverie. All right, that's what I've got. That's complete. Holy cow. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful for you. That's what I got. Yeah. Fantastic. And it's the Spirit Walker Oracle cards, the Shadow Light Oracle cards, the Whimsical Creatures. I think this is what it is. So, and then I think this is Storyland or something. Yeah, that was absolutely a stunner. Yeah, you've got that within you, and it's very, I can't say anymore. You got it. You got what you need to get. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. Okay. So I'm going to get a little sip of water, and then if Kim lets me know what was next, that was amazing. Good, good, good. I'm so glad. Holy moly, that was gorgeous. Good. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Good. Okay. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Jessica for a pinch. Okay, Jessica, just 1 second. Okay. And I never know how much is going to come in a pinch, so we just see what happens for Jessica for the pinch. There's something that's coming in for you that is very much too much of the mundane, or trapped in the laundromat is what I'm getting. I don't know what it's about. What do we got? Trapped in the laundromat. What is it about? So much work going on. There is many tasks you have to attend to. The clothes are not going to wash themselves. The clothes simply won't wash themselves. But trapped in the laundromat is different than using the laundromat. Say your washer keels over and dies and you can't replace it just yet and you have to go to the laundromat for a couple times. Or you're behind and you have, tons and tons and you need to go to the laundromat so you can just get it all done at once. It feels like you feel trapped by the daily minutia, the daily grind, and you've forgotten how to enjoy. Laundry is your life these days. Jessica, that's really funny. Okay, so this is what we're seeing. Okay, there needs to be a little bit more joy brought to the daily grind for you to be able to tolerate it. Like, who likes to clean the house? Oh, pretty much no one, but does need done. Yeah. There's music that needs to come through. There's a wisdom that isn't quite here yet. There's a delay. There's a little bit of the night owl where you're up in the night, rescuing the night, getting the peace and quiet at night after finally the rest of the noise settles down. What I'm getting is the noise and the day is a little bit much, and this was flipped over, and the night owl needs to come have a little bit of time of quiet before they can proceed forward. The rabbit is here. Often the rabbit to me is a signifier of the fool, but this is, are you ready to take the leap and go for the adventure? Now here, there is magic to this quiet time at night. So if you can let go of the daily grind, instead of being mad at yourself for taking the quiet stillness of the night and getting the wisdom, if you can utilize it, utilize it. If something is better done at night, if the laundry is better done at night instead of in the laundromat, and you catch up a little bit of time, you'll know. Whatever it is, that's the chore, the noise. You need some time where it's quiet, where the world is quiet, kids are in bed, the demands are done. This is like, I'm talking, you know, after 9:30, 10 o'clock, there's an hour of time, a window of time where there is magic influencing right here, coming through with ease, drifting down, landing upon you, drifting down, landing upon you. It's not so much the leaf that I'm catching here as the breeze of the calm that's coming down. Now this, we've got the Wascally Wabbit coming through again. This one is a newer one to my charm collection. I like seeing him, but he's walking backwards. He's retreading. You got this rabbit and this rabbit. I don't know if you can see them both, but you've got this one that's silhouetting and the fool that wants to take leap of faith. This is early in the day rabbit, and this is the one that's a little bit more clever. There's a cleverness to you that comes through at night. So you might start your day with 15 trillion things to do. By the end of the day, you've achieved like 10 things on your list and you're thrilled with it. But the Wascally Wabbit knows the goodness of this. Now what else is coming through? We've got the wolf. Again, this is at night. And again, this howling. You need this time. It honors you to have this time at night. Butterfly comes through here. There's something about this nighttime where you reconnect. It brings you a little bit of health. It gets you a little more rooted and grounded. Instead of doing. You're calming down. At the beginning of the day, you tend to be a little overambitious with what you want to do. And it's just taking on too much all the time. You need to be in both worlds. This is the salamander coming through, traveling both worlds. This is a big darn deal for you. And then here, we're getting the bird on the branch, and this is the quiet. If you can get the quiet through the day, that'd be great, but you tend to get the quiet more at night. Listen for the mourning dove. If you hear the mourning dove in the middle of the day, it just does the cooing like, coo, coo, coo. That one, listen to it. You'll hear the coo, and you're also going to hear like the owls that say, hoo, hoo, hoo. Those, but I get that the mourning dove is going to be cooing. Whenever you hear the cooing dove, it's time for you to be still. Allow the nighttime stillness to bring through this energy of calm once again. And this travel in the tower, for you, this is not coming up so much as a travel as it is coming up a tower. This is a tower of your own construction. And if the base is solid, then you can do more. But you need to get laser focused on what is the priority as you build on this. Anything else? Yes. Okay, hang on. We're going into the heaven and earth deck for you because sometimes you're trying to move both at the same time. It doesn't serve you to do that. Queen of Cups. She's under the moonlight, the most psychic of the queens. She reflects on what has been lost in the past, sometimes of love lost, and then she dreams again. She does something a little bit different. Says you do start each day with a giant to-do list. Yeah, it might not hurt you to rip half that list for later. Some people say that, the main things you get done in the day, the 3 most important things you're going to get done anyway, and they're just like, make the list only 3 things, just limit it to 3 things. Anything else that's priority, you're going to do anyway. So you do it how it works best for you, but this is what we've got going on. So that's what we got. This serves very much as the one who reflects. So if you're bookending the nighttime of, and that's there, and you're reflecting on what's come to pass or what's happened or what's not happened, just reflect on it, but don't let it slow you down. Just do it a little differently. So that's what I've got for you. Holy cow, that was an interesting one. Yeah, and you are list heavy is what I'm getting. Your list is always big. Like if you made a to-do list and somebody said you could only do 3 things, you'd immediately have 9 or 10 that you can think of. Just boom, immediately. It's not necessary to be so list heavy. You are very, very aware as somebody that is a steward of things, somebody that's responsible for many things, of all the things that need to get done. So if it helps you to check off that, then check off things on your list that you need to do. But don't be so list heavy that you're like, worn down by it. Don't be trapped in the laundromat. Don't know why. Laundry will get done eventually. Yeah, you have a ton of lists, but the daily one is always too much. Yeah. So slash that list quite a bit and make it smaller. That's what I'm getting for you. All right. Where can you view the list? Oh, Joyvia. Let me show you. This is how you can pay and get on the list. I do paid readings, and this is Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. So it's at A Feisty Butterfly. Cash App is $, The Feisty Butterfly, or PayPal is afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. And let Kim know which read that you've paid for, and then we'll get you on the list. Kim's the one that helps me keep my brain on straight with the list. So that's what's going on there. So, yeah. Did I get enough of a commercial there, Blessedly Flawed? Did I do enough of the commercial? I hope I did. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. So I don't do Zelle currently. That's just one that I don't do. So yeah. Okay. Let me get a little bit of water. And Kim, if you let me know who's next on the list, we'll go from there, or we'll get the collective done, or whatever. Thanks. Great job, Ange. Thanks. Yeah, that's not the part that I like doing, but that's okay. Has to be done. Like the laundry. Like the laundry, like the dishes, like the whatever, right? Okay. All right. So, Kim, if the list is clear, I'll go into the collective, but I'm looking to see, and if you let me know, that'd be great. So yeah. Hopefully, oops, sorry guys. Okay. Okay. So Kim's saying, blessedly flawed, can you see who I put as next? And we'll just see what's going on with that. Because I'm seeing Krista's, and sometimes my iPad, I don't know, maybe I need a fancy new computer or a new iPad or something, but sometimes it's a little bit slower or whatever. Brandy. Okay, a full. Does Brandy have a specific question that she wants? Brandy, I don't see one here, but if you let me know, then you're up next. So Brandy for a full, happy to do it. Just want to know if there's a specific question before we go in. I'm seeing Kim saying stop. Stop. Jules is on deck. Okay, Jules is on deck. Okay. Kim, is that right? If that's right, then I won't see any more stop signs, and I will assume that Jules is on deck. Okay. So, have I got this straight that we're doing Brandy's and then Jules? Is that correct? Jules is on deck after Brandy's. Okay, Brandy, you need to know if you're doing the right thing by leaving the job you're at. You have so many challenges that to even get to work right now because it's such a distance. I feel like I'm fighting the divine to stay in a place I no longer belong. Okay. All right. All right. 1 second. We're going to the This Might Hurt deck for you, honey. So that's what we're going to for Brandy. We're going to see what's going on. And it's the This Might Hurt. I only have 2 of this deck. Oh. But we're going to see what's going on. You can feel the growth is coming. You can feel the change is coming. And it's not wrong to feel it ahead of schedule. Sometimes we need a little bit of an advance notice before we just jump ship on a thing. Yeah, it feels like you are ready to move forward, move on, and it doesn't feel like that's wrong, but the timing needs to be right for you, and you don't want to set yourself back. You don't want to put yourself in a more difficult situation by leaving too early. So let's take a look at what's going on with that. I want to see timing. I want to see 5 cards here for timing about leaving the job, shifting out of that job and going towards the next. You're going towards the next. It just feels absolutely clear. Yeah. Okay. What we're seeing here. Woo. Okay. That really rocked my iPad. We got the 3 of Pentacles coming through. There's teamwork, a benefactor, and you're trying to be clear, but there's a defeat. Staying on the battlefield doesn't serve. Yes, it's time to go. You have to do it in a way that is smart, that is frugal, that is thrifty. Know your value, know your worth. It's okay to step outside of that. It's okay to step forward. It's going to be lessons that are tricky, and it is a little bit of the dark night of the soul. It is a little bit facing your own fear in order to walk through that, to move through it. Absolutely, it's there. Queen of Swords, knowing what needs to be and cutting the shit. Suffering no fools, cutting it, going forward anyway. This is huge for you. So huge for you right now. What else is going on? I want to lay some going this way. It feels like you are having to do it instead of in a straightforward motion. You're having to do it forward and then sideways and then forward again. It does feel like it's a little bit of a different kind of thing. Like a zigzag stitch is what I'm getting. I don't know why that's there, but that's what it is. Yeah, it's like a zigzag stitch. And you have 2 of these that came in reverse and 2 of them that came in upright. Very interesting. The uprights were the 9 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. having your wish and contentment versus too many agendas, too many things going on at once, and slowing it down, slowing it down. The burden almost being done, almost ready to set things down, versus the freedom that comes with the sunshine here and the readiness to go forward. This is huge. So this is what we've got going on here. Give yourself a little time. As far as timestamps go, I'm not getting any specific timestamp off of this. What I'm getting is give yourself a few weeks. Give yourself a few weeks. Don't the boss. Don't tell off the boss. Don't tell off the job. You need to make a plan that is on your time frame of what you're willing to do, and you're not quite ready for the break. You're not quite ready to set it down yet. It feels like you're almost there, almost there. The leaving is happening. The 5 is coming up. The 5 is coming up. Why is the 5 coming up? I don't think it's 5 weeks. It might be by the 5th of June. That might be the changes are made by the beginning of June. Something's coming up. This is like you don't want to leave yourself in the lurch. Now, I want to see what else is going on here. So we're going to get the second deck. I'm putting all of these cards forward, and we're going to get the next ones just as an overall. I want to see the Australian 10, how that usually is laid. And I want to see if we're seeing any repeats, okay? All right, what's going on here? Yeah, you need to listen close, listen close. You need to listen for when things feather, feather, feather in a right way. If you're doing the zigzag too tight, you just, I don't know why I'm getting it sewing, but I'm getting if you do the zigzag too tight on the machine, it'll jam up your sewing machine. It feels like if you try and do it too tight in a time frame, too quickly, it does not secure something. It jams something up. You don't want to jam something up. Don't do it too quickly. You got to have your time frame, how it suits for you. It feels like within the next few weeks, and it might not, I don't think it's 5 weeks. It might be June 5th. You'll know better than I. You'll know better than I. That's as close as I can get so far on a time frame. But you're still trying to balance things, still trying to figure it out, still trying to figure out what's the best benefit for you going forward. Pie in the sky thinking does not serve you right now. Okay, all right, okay. What we're seeing here, we got the Knight of Cups. This is coming in the position of you. This is where you have pie in the sky thinking and the overly romantic thinking. And what you've got here is that burden. We did see that before. Remember? It felt like opposition to you. Remember? It feels like things are just moving slower than you want them to. It's not that they're not moving at all. It's just you need to finish what needs finished. You need closure, completion. You need to leave it in a way that is good. Leave it in a way that suits you, that you know you've done what you have to do to have closure on a thing, and that feels like it's in integrity with you. Not just like, out of here. Going too fast is not going to serve, okay? Okay. Now, in the sections here that we're looking down at right here, we got the Page of Wands, Nine of Swords. This is conscious and subconscious. What we've got going here is the desire to explore, the desire to go, the desire to go, the desire to go. But it's the page. He doesn't have the horse or the bike to go, right? Not quite ready. What's hidden? And you've got the domestic versus the wild. It feels like one more month. It feels like one more month is what it feels like. And it's like you are so ready for the freedom, so ready to be off the battlefield and into release that it's causing you stress. There is this period of time where you felt stuck in the past, and this feels like it's coming in the reverse. The Hangman being reversed. Usually the Hangman is like, for you, this is right. But for me, is looking like this. There's something that the release is coming. The willing sacrifice of time is going to be there for a purpose. The influence here, the Queen of Wands, figuring out the territory, what you need to do, what's approaching you, what's coming towards you is important. Hopes and fears. Is it balanced enough for you to move forward? And victory near, very, very soon. Again, I'm getting June. Something about June. The bike that you ride in June is different. Look at this. Knight of Cups rides this. He might have an empty tank. Six of Wands, she's riding, literally in this one, she's riding a bicycle. She's able to create her own momentum, able to create the strength generated to move forward, rather than relying on something to go fast. Chariot is coming in hopes and fears, wanting to go quicker. This isn't the time that I would say buy a new car. This is the time that I would be aware, balance things out that you need. Don't be driving around endlessly. And I'm getting literally a heads up on gas. Be frugal on your gas, frugal on where you spend your energy. Don't be spinning your wheels. You need something that is self-propulsion, if that makes any sense, about the choice that you're going to be dedicated to coming up in the future. This is the Lover's card. How you dedicate yourself to this choice going forward. Now let's take another look. Let's see what else is coming up across here. Because this victory is coming. June the Empress is riding high. That's what I'm getting. That's the words that come through to my mind. June the Empress is riding high. This is what's going on. We're getting the 6 for the Lovers. We're getting the 6 of Wands. And we're getting the Empress riding high in June. I don't know what that's about, but that is what's coming through. So it feels like it's like, you're feeling so stuck. But this has actually been released. There's a willing sacrifice. You're doing whatever it is that's the parting of the ways correctly. Back in the way back, they would give 2 weeks notice or give the boss 2 weeks notice for a good reference. In time since COVID, jobs shifted and changed so much that people created their own job, their own work, and a lot of times just said fully on the old traditions. You'll know what you need to do for you, but this is what's going on. It's just a little bit more before you're off the battlefield completely. Anything else she needs to know? Anything else? Be logical in what you're doing. That Queen of Swords wasn't there for nothing. Yeah, and you have the gift to create the work that you need. You have the gift. So you see if that resonates with you, and this feels like, and you trust your higher self over me or any other tarot reader. You've heard me say that 1,000 times. So this is not to override what you think to do. It's to help remind you and reinforce what it is that feels right to you. So your work and your ambition and your desire is yours to create. Set it up on your own terms. You have the Empress and the Emperor as the clarifiers about the work. So yeah, the Emperor, this is setting it up. Excuse me, that's the Empress. This is riding high in June, and this is setting it up the terms of your own kingdom, how you need to do it. That's what I've got for you, honey. I hope that makes sense to you. You do what resonates right with you and check in with your guides. Check in with your higher self. But this is what's coming through on the cards as of the energy of today. I clarified everything you've been feeling. Thank you. Good. Yeah, because there are situations and times in life where we just want to tell somebody, yeah, step off. And we need to like grit our teeth for another week or possibly 2 weeks to put us in a better place or set ourselves up better for whatever's to come, right? So that's what's going on. Okay, Jules for the year ahead. Okay, Jules, you got it. 1 second. Wow, these are getting crowded here. Okay. Jules for the year ahead. Woo! Jules! I wondered why I had gotten this out. I got my Halloween cards out. Jules, we're going into the trick-or-treat tarot for you. I know Halloween comes in October. I know. But the Halloween cards are out. Whether that's a Cinco de Mayo thing coming up, and this is how my brain does it or not, I don't know. But we're going to the trick-or-treat tarot for Jules. You're welcome, Brandy. You are so, so welcome. Year ahead for Jules. So this is called the Trick or Treat Tarot. And I was not 3 cards in when I called my husband on the phone and said, we need to order a second one of these. I love this one. So they're edged differently. If you haven't been in before, I edge them differently so we can tell the decks apart. And, you know, playing with the full deck is a good idea. Okay. So for Jules. Oh, boy. Okay. What we've got in the center, and when I do the year ahead, I do 2 cards in the center typically, and then the year around. So I'm going to show you these. But what we've got is feeling like the 5 of Pentacles, feeling like a little bit forlorn, a little bit of the poor little match girl, out and about, but not really scoring big on Halloween night, feeling like you're not quite getting what you need, and that you need to separate from something. And what's coming up? The Swamp King. Now, if I had the Beetlejuice deck, you'd see Beetlejuice coming up in this. But this is the King of Cups. The Swamp King's coming up, and he's asking you to balance what it is in the swamp. The King of Cups, this isn't the not dealing with the subconscious fears, shadow side. It's balancing with what are you actually creating. The King of Cups is the keep calm and carry on. He knows how to navigate the swamp if he's got his flippers on, and he also knows how to navigate as a trick-or-treater would. Very much interesting. And this one is like lifting a glass and toasting. This one's a little bit laid back. He's had a good night. So just so you know, he's had a very nice kind of a night. Very nice. Very nice. What is that about? Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, some of these decks, you got to just be careful. There's like, yeah, a robust feeling, very contented, almost a snarky kind of feeling. Pretty satisfied, very satisfied. Okay, let's see what's going on. We're going to check. We started with the purple edge, so we'll leave those and we'll go around with the orange edge, and then we'll come back to the purples for clarifiers. So we're going to start in May here. Let's see what's going on. Very nice. It's coming through. What is this? Who is that? Why is that? Gogs, my guide Gogs is laughing his butt off. This is somebody in association with you, King of Cups. This is somebody that's a masculine support from the other side. Very pleased with how you're doing. Wants you to have this satisfied energy. It's very nice. I can't even do it. Yeah. Don't know what it's about. Yeah. Really shaggy kind of looking dude. Yeah, the only thing if you want a comparison, I would compare it to Hagrid. From Harry Potter. I don't know how to. Very nice. It comes through over and over. Okay, what is that about? Something about by July. By July. Okay, all right. I'll get him down. By July. There's satisfaction by July. Okay, all right. Don't know what that's about. Oh my gosh. In May, you are just licking your chops. This is huge. King of Pentacles here. You're set and you're fairly well set. You need to be very, very aware of how things are going for you. Very aware of where your finances are at, but you are satisfied. Really, really. And licking your chops is coming in. Like, ha ha. Better set than you thought you would be. 4 of Pentacles in June. Now, this is usually the miser. This is the one that knows that they have enough stability. Now, this one, if you sit on the pumpkins too long, you can't do anything with them. You can't make jack-o'-lanterns. You can't make bread. Can't do anything. But you got Mr. Boogeyman Day of the Dead guy there, happy as can be. There's a sense that you have enough. Your needs are met. King of Swords comes in July. Now, this is making a plan for going forward. In July, you've had enough of this contentment. You're making a plan going forward. Okay. Don't need clarifiers there. Now let's go. Okay. Wow. Let's go. There's something that wants to come through. Push. Whoa, Nelly, slow it down. Slow it down. There's something in July that wants to shove, push, slow it down. If you're getting called to travel in July, slow it down. Okay, can I go back to the cards now? Yes, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Let's see. Let's put this here. Get these for clarifiers as we go. Okay. So we talked about May, June, July already, which is usually not how it goes, but that's how it's coming through. So when it comes through, I just get out of the way and let it come through. Very nice. It's just ridiculous. So there is a high level of somebody's very well pleased with what you're doing. And you're not the poor little match girl after all. You've done something really, really well that is balanced. You're remaining calm in a situation that is challenging, vexing, irritating. You're remaining very, very calm. So we've got May, June, July. August, you come in as the Brewmaster with Temperance, where you got the push to go here. And you want to be strategic here. You're getting Temperance here. What's this about? Can we see a little bit more on these, please? Because that King of Swords is saying be strategic. And it's feeling like push. The metaphor I'm getting is, when you see, it's on TV a lot, people are having babies and the women having babies and the doctor's like, don't push yet is what I'm getting. There needs to be a balance going on. And there's some kind of healing in that elixir that happens in August. This is why. Don't go running out in July when you need to stay put and be getting some of that elixir. If you're not fixing it for others, you're fixing it for yourself. It's for yourself, the elixir in August. Yeah, there's something that's limiting beliefs, and you have to navigate something a little bit more delicately between July and August. It's to do with family. It's to do with family legacy, how you make your mark in the world. This is sometimes about inheritance, those kinds of things. Don't go racing around like a chicken with your head cut off. There's something about the way you navigate between July, starting at the end of July, going all through August, that is how you leave your mark in the world, particularly as it pertains to family. This is usually coming through as generational wealth, that kind of thing. Sometimes it comes through as generational curses and the things that we have breakthrough on. But this is very much pride on the wall, very much displayed, on displayed, on displayed. Something about the family changes the way they see you. The way they view you is different. Very much this very nice that's been coming through. This is seen in August. There are people there. It's like there's ancestors, and there's also people here now, family wise, that are finally starting to either get you or give you a little bit more credit and understand not just what your role has been, but who you've become in the family. This is breakthrough. This is legacy. All right, that's in August. September, we've got the Tower. Whatever they've been building up, you're like knocking down, escaping, moving through. Usually we see a bolt out of the blue bringing this down in Halloween style. This Frankenstein. All the things that have been cobbled together, the Frankenstein that escapes, that is no longer under somebody else's control, it means you're going to have to pivot. When the Tower comes through, it's the beautiful calamity, the disaster. It's the epiphany, the bolt out of the blue. Like when you see the Nine of Coins, they're sitting bolt upright. It's the bolt out of the blue, right? This is really, really a tricky thing to navigate. It is the beautiful disaster, the plot twist, cosmic wrecking ball, all of that. It's usually when people are like, oh, fuck, I know. It's why you didn't need to move too fast here. There's something that's happening about the build up that is getting torn down, wrecking ball, like, how do you get through it? And you'll do just fine, but it is big change. Unexpected, big change. No preparing for this shit. What happens, happens. When something goes off the rails, goes off the rails. When something is that radical of a change, sometimes it's because we haven't listened to our intuition. Sometimes we get a nudge, but we're not clear enough. And if we just get the nudge and it's something that's that big, it's usually something that's outside of our control. Sometimes it's people moving. Sometimes it's new people moving near you. Different opportunities presenting. But you have to kick the rubble out of the way. It's the beautiful disaster, and it's only beautiful after a while. So September, going to be tricky. September, going to be difficult. What you built up comes down. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just what has to happen. Anything else for September? Ten of Swords. Yeah, you got to move on from something. This is the card where you have to move on. It's a little bit painful. This is something. The legacy here that says hold, hold, hold. By September, you have to move on. Two of Swords coming up in October. A choice that needs to be made. The Jedi needs to be skilled. And this is something where you need to be very, very aware of what's going on. Very, very in tune with the subtle energies. You know, May the 4th being yesterday, and it's May the 4th be with you, right? This is the Jedi needing to be in tune in order to operate differently and more clearly in October. Now, what's going on in November? You're going to make choices in October. November, look at this, 10 of Pentacles here. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is the 8, but we got the 10. This is, I want to see what's going on because this is kicking in. This is kicking in through here and through here. The Pentacles are 2 up. The way you've been painted before is different now. Oh, now you get a choice. The partnering is changing. The planning is changing. Now you get a choice. Now it's time for you to eat. Now it's time for you to have what you need. No more, I wouldn't say sacrifice, but no more unnecessary doing without, going without. In October and November, there's a certain level of necessity that needs to be met for yourself. And there's a certain different kind of partnering, a different kind of plan that you're creating. And it's bit by bit, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. But no more of this brainless energy, this nonsense that like you're doing everybody else's bidding. There's no more of this. You're going to quest for the grail for yourself. Be your own hero kind of energy. And this is the high ideal that you're trying to set forward. This is something you figured out in November. So it may be like, okay, Christmas looks entirely different. You're not buying a gift for everybody and their damn dog and the neighbor and the blah, 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 blah. You're doing things a little bit differently. You're going a little bit more within. You're making a different kind of plan. When December rolls around, it looks like you're in this kind of energy of the 6 of Wands. The hero that's raised up. The really recognition of victory going on here. This is the card of victory. Huge recognition of victory coming in here. Questing for the grail for yourself. Riding the hero horse for yourself. And other people see you do this. This is you setting a really huge example. You figuring out how to do it on your own terms somehow comes through. Now we've got January. That was November. This was December. We got January coming in hot right here. The Wheel of Fortune. You had such the Tower in September, and here it is, January, not even 6 months later. Things are finally feeling like they're kind of restored, back on track, doing well, understanding more about why that Tower happened the way, why you had to move on. Now more understanding of this. Huge, huge, huge. Like everything is being thrown at you, offered to you, navigating so easily in January. Two of Cups. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is the Romeo and Juliet, but this is also the perfect pairing, the soulmate pairing. This is kindred spirits. This is business. You had the partnering and planning here where you had to do differently. The plan is going into effect, and you're making choices that are great and good business decisions as well. It's not just the romantic aspect. There's good business decisions to be made in January. February going forward, it feels like you've closed the books on whatever that was the Tower, and you've returned home now. Happy, happy trick-or-treater in February. Happy, happy contentment. Happy in relationships, again, in relationships it feels like across the board. Happy on the home front and home and family relationships. This has really served itself well. You did it in a balanced way. You navigated well. You had the breakthrough energy and a little bit of them seeing you in a different light. Then you have this huge Tower and you're still operating a little bit differently. What was the tradition that was boom, 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 set, set, set? You've changed. You've changed it. You are now, the version of yourself that you've been inhabiting for a long time is now more fully present. The version of yourself that you've outgrown is now further back behind in the rear view. By the time that you've hit February, there's completion, advancement, ready to level up. This is huge for you. Huge, huge, huge. It's great big. Great, great big. That's February. In March, we're seeing the Lovers come up. I love this. Morticia and Gomez. Love it, love it, love it. The Lovers are coming up, and this is a choice of the heart that you are very, very dedicated to. Dedication shown right here. The plan for this, the choice of the heart. Now, if it's a person, it's a person. If it's just you choosing what is your heart's desire and the path you want to take, that is equally valid, equally important. Sometimes we get all wrapped up in the whole, is it someone else energy? Sometimes it's us choosing us and doing it over and over in a way that is so good for us that it's like it does change who we become. It does change the vibe we bring forward. Nice. Very nice. Coming through. Yeah. Yeah, there is something about lifting a glass and toasting this that you are not thrown off kilter anymore, not thrown off balance anymore. It's coming through as if you know how to do the dance in March. Anything else? March to April. I feel like there's a card coming through March and April. April is the Five of Swords. April is there something that feels like defeat or the battlefield or a little bit of some kind of conflict where it feels like winning at any cost. Don't step into relationship, be it romantic, familial, or just a friendship that doesn't serve. You're going to have something where winning at any cost or going through this external sense of validation doesn't serve. And it's time to get off the battlefield. Walk away from the fight. Walk away from the person. If you encounter a vampire, walk away from the vampire. There's a difference between Christmas and Halloween. And this is the kid at Halloween having their birthday at Halloween. If you have your birthday at Halloween, everybody comes over in costume, celebrates the party. If you have your birthday on Christmas, it's like everybody's already doing things with their own families. It's not as fun. Or if you have your birthday when it's a different kind of day, but when it's Halloween, everybody's loving that. Everybody's coming to celebrate the party. This is what's coming in. Everybody's celebrating this version of you that has learned to dance. You might attract others that are hanger-oners, clingers, and vampires. You don't need them to be there. They may see the party and may want you to be something that you're not, want you to be doing something that is different. And you need to be really more of what and who you are. You don't want this old battle anymore. You're not playing pretty princess for anybody. You're honoring the I amness, the solar yellow right here. You're honoring this part of yourself. You don't have to be in their narrative in that same way. It'll be challenged. It'll be challenged, but you've transformed. This is death and rebirth. You've grown through to something different. This is butterfly not going back to being caterpillar. Butterfly can't be caterpillar anymore. Butterfly just can't be caterpillar anymore. This is something you've outgrown. And this is some of the circles that were tighter, that are tight now. They're expanding. And some people are going to go different path, and that's okay. But in about a year, you'll look back and you're like, okay, that makes more sense. Right here, you're licking your chops, excited for the growth. This is where this was. This is May. But by next April, you're so fully butterfly that you just can't hang with the caterpillars anymore. Anything else that she needs to know? Overall energy of this year. Okay, not there. Overall energy of this year. Anything else she needs to know? Anything else she needs to attend to? Attend to, attend to. These are things you need to attend to. First, your soul you attend to. Then you attend to other things or other places, other events. Knight of Swords. Honor your sense of truth, young Jedi. Follow what it is that is with you. Really, really be in touch. Be in touch with what keeps you in integrity. Don't be reckless. Don't move too fast. All right? Be in integrity with yourself. This is the way you proceed. Anything else? As if the cards couldn't say it any louder. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay? So when you have to choose, you choose you first. Okay? That's what I've got. That's complete. Holy smokes, that was a beautiful one. And this is the Trick or Treat Tarot, and it is one of my all-time favorites. And I'm not the one that has the big Halloween parties or anything like that, but apparently I love Halloween more than I realized. But yeah, that's what I got. So that's complete. Holy cow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. A lot of energy there going on. Very, very cheerful and challenging kind of year for you. So yeah, that's what we got. All right. So do we have anybody else on the list, or are we complete now? I think we might be complete. So Kim, if you'll let me know. List is clear. Okay, I think what we'll do is do a collective. We're going to go to the haunted house for the collective. I don't even believe I'm here, but okay. The Haunted Mansion, I think is what this one's called. Let me try again. Let's get an actual shuffle. Okay. Joyva, if you've sent yours by PayPal, if you sent it, then we can do your read in a minute, and we can do it no problem. So let me see if I can get my iPad to operate a little bit nicer and give me accurate information. That'd be helpful. Okay. Come on, you goofy thing. Sometimes it just gets a little bit stuck on this, and I don't know why. Okay. Yeah. Joy, did you want a mini? It's like the 7 to 10 card tarot read, or did you want the year ahead? Because I'm seeing a payment here. I'm seeing a payment here, but it didn't indicate which read. So if you let us know, we can do this in a minute. Or we can look at this in a minute and we'll come back to it, whatever. So just let me know which kind of read that you wanted, because I see your payment there. Year ahead. Okay, let me put the haunted house down. And if we come back and do that in the collective, great, but I want to get yours done first. We're going to the Tarot of the Unfolding Path for you. So hang on, let me get these cards out of the way. 1 second. I need more space. Okay. We've got Tarot of the Unfolding Path for you. And this one is a deck that actually quite surprised me. I didn't think I'd love it as much as I do. And I was really surprised by it. So we're going to get this one. And this one I have 3. So we're going to get this right here. Get it ready. Year ahead. Okay. I'm going to flip this down so you can see, hopefully. And I etched these in pink, blue, and green. So this is how we're telling them apart. Tarot of the Unfolding Path for Joyva. There needs to be more gentle energy coming through for you. It's like you've been pushing and pushing and doing a lot. Quite good work, actually, is coming through. But it seems like there needs to be a gentling. Yeah, you've been standing your ground almost to the point of being defensive, but you've been holding things, setting your guardrails, getting things defended and handled and managed and set up accordingly. And now it's time to allow a little bit of graciousness to enter in, a gentleness. You know exactly what you have. Queen of Coins. She knows her value, knows her worth, knows exactly what she needs to set in order. We're going to go to this littler deck here. I want one more clarifier here. We're going to clarify with this deck. But we'll go around the clock in the blue deck. This one's clarifying the Queen of Coins. because this isn't just knowing your worth. This is something about planning ahead, building, investing. There's something that's an asset of self that needs invested in. And I think the asset is to invest in self rather than defend. This is set up enough. You've set up enough. So invest in self. Yes. Ha ha ha. Of course it comes through. Territory of self. Defend what's important to you. Let people approach you. The 2 queens. This queen needs to defend her own fire. Okay? All right. Now let's see what's going on. May. Something about a gift that you're getting or have received that is inherent to you. This may not be the money gift that's coming through, but it's a talent that's coming through. Talent. Oodles of talent is coming through. Oodles of creative talent. Now, usually when we see the Queen of Coins, I often say, this one can turn the tumbleweed into the Christmas tree. This one knows exactly what's in her pantry. She knows how to make stone soup for, 50. She knows how to stretch the dollar, how to use the dollar to its best advantage. She knows how to use her gifts to the best advantage and how to share them. And she's just spoiled for gifts. Like, she's got a ton of resources and talents to use and to share. And it's asking to offer up the work of your hands, the gift of your hands, asking for you to offer it up. When you share, you get more. This is huge coming in. This is what's coming in for May. So if your gift, say your gift is sewing or canning or singing or gardening, whatever it is, honor them. They'll be added unto May, June, July, August. These are flowing pretty good. September, October, November, December, January, and January. November, December, January. I don't think you can see it just yet in the cards, but I'll show you as I get to it. But they're coming up with doubles on each one. November, December, January. They come up a little heavy this winter. Winter feels like it's going to be a little difficult for you. So, okay. All right. February, March, April, and May. Crossing in May. February, March, April, and back to May. Okay. By the time you hit next May, you've got the crone coming in, the clarification about this gift that's coming in. This May, you want to offer. It will bring you wisdom by the time a year has passed. The crone comes in. This is the high priestess. You are getting a spiritual lesson through here. If you share, you get more. You're getting lessons in what abundance actually looks like. What you've set up, what you've laid aside is quite good, quite balanced. This is how you keep your territory, how you keep what is just for you, what is right for you, and how you let others approach you rather than going out of your way. You stay centered, you stay seated, you stay in your throne, you remain in your throne, you remain in the lead position. In July, this is the card for the leader coming through. This is one that inspires others and they approach him. You need to be both Queen and King of Wands. This needs to come through both. Now, usually when I'm doing the year ahead, I do 2 in the center. This time I felt called to do the 3rd. This is what's coming in. The way that you do this, the way you inspire, the way you lead others, and the way you have them come towards you, your ambitions are right. But your ambitions are your ambitions. They need to be honored by you in order to move forward. Yes. It's going to take a little bit of time. You need to not chase someone else's dream, chase somebody else's goal, or be constantly taxiing other people around. No. Stop. The hunger needs to burn inside of you. Okay, that's what's July. August, Knight of Coins. You got that big gift again. You're carrying it slowly. This is you moving slowly, steadily. Very, very prepared to move forward into this next little bit. If you were somebody that the gift was the gardening, you would be planting the seeds already, having things starting to come up here in July, seeing things that are the fruits of labor starting to peek through, a little bit different of growth, a little bit different of change coming through. You've prepared. You're going to keep honoring and keep moving forward. This is July. Now, August. We have the Magician here. And I've got The magician's in the house. Woo. Some kind of big announcement about the magic, about what you're doing. Magician's in the house. Clarify. What's going on? Oh! If you share, you get more. You totally understand this. Look at this. This is charity, charity, charity. I tell you, if you share, you get more over here. This is something you're demonstrating. It's like if you planted zucchini plants and they just went bananas all over creation. There's a huge amount of abundance. It's the gift of your hands that is bringing the magic and giving you the ability to share and also bring in more. This is huge, huge, huge. And this is just confirming it. The universe is giving to you, giving to you, giving to you, giving to you. Why? Because you're using your magic in a well thought out way, in a way that leads, inspires, and brings more going forward. There is a sense of abundance that wants to really kick in for you, particularly as you're approaching into the fall months, July, August, September. Feels like it's big, big, big coming in for you. That might be in current times, it might look a little bit different. It's not coming in like the 10 of coins, but it is coming in as plentiful coinage. It is coming in as plentiful magic, being able to manifest, bring things forward in a huge way with Magician in August. September, we have the Page of Swords. This is a certain knowledge base that you're sharing and a truth that you know that's known to the bone coming through. This is September. You've seen, observed, witnessed something. You're holding this truth that's important for you. October, you have this Page of Wands. You want to explore and go a little bit differently. Go a different route in October. What's going on with these two pages? There's new things that you're taking on, new things that you're starting September, October. What's going on? Let's clarify. Oh, okay. All right. See what we see here? Hangman, you're going to have to pause and wait, change your perspective, and then what happens? Huge, huge, huge. Look at this. The peacock is great. This is the white peacock in the garden. This is like the sign of your charitable and love for your fellow man and love for fellow beings coming through here. Independence in the garden. You're going to be sitting pretty in a different kind of way, a new kind of way. You're going to shift your perspective about how you give and what you do in a different kind of way. You're going to explore and go forward. Now, as we're coming to the end of October, you've been giving, you've been sharing, you've done all the things, you've shared some of your harvest. Now the winter is going to feel kind of long and intense in November, December, January. November, this is what we're getting. We're getting the Empress and the King of Cups. The King of Cups is the one that says, keep calm, carry on, don't let the emotions get to you. Empress, there's some things that need to be attended to. If you've got the pregnant woman, she knows what needs to be attended to and she has to get rather insistent. So these are going to be kind of at odds with each other. This knowing of what needs done, what needs honored, what needs fulfilled, and trying to not let the emotions, the hormones, the crazy around you make you feel thrown. This guy surfs the waves. He's like totally at peace on the ocean. Easy. The waves come in, the big emotional ups, downs, he's fine. This one, when the emotions get too big or the hormones get too big or the wrong thing, and then she's puking, right? So this is like a very big difference. The Empress is the way to go. Even though the King is saying, as much as he can, be detached, the Empress knows what she needs to honor, and the Empress is the way to go. She is the one. You don't tell a pregnant woman, no, I'm not going to get you this or that if you're craving it. No, if you're smart, you get her what she's craving because her body knows. And this one will get feral if she needs to, but she's one that wants abundance, wants what's going to create growth and expansion, and you need to honor this big time. It will feel a little at odds in November, but you need to take care of yourself first and foremost. In November, important, take care of yourself. Like the pregnant mama takes care of herself first and foremost. It's primal. It's not wrong, it's just primal. If you know that you've been sharing, and now is the time that you need to take care of yourself and have the feast that's for you and whatever that looks like, that's what you got to do. Okay, December. Some people aren't going to get it. That's not your problem. Some people just aren't going to get it. That's fine. Look what you're getting. Universe is rewarding here. We had this over in August. We have it here in December. And you might have rewards coming in, but also stress and anxiety. You need to balance this out. The universe is trying to give you something. A new way of thinking that what's coming through in September and October is sometimes it's going to create anxiety for those around you, and they aren't going to love it, and you're going to have to deal with it. It's sometimes going to create sleepless nights. This we talked about earlier, like the tower that comes down and it's the bolt out of the blue. The sleepless nights, usually you show somebody and they're sitting bolt upright in bed because their mind is trying to clear something. And this is, You're almost feeling like you're being selfish when you're not being selfish. If you share, you get more. You're so inclined to share that sometimes you might put yourself lower on the priority list. Don't do this, particularly in December. Put yourself the highest on the priority list. The highest. The very highest. You are top of the list. Yeah, it's absolutely necessary to leave what would put you lower, put you lower, put you lower. Leave that behind. It won't be fulfilling. It's like if somebody says to you, hey, I'm going to give you a feast, and all they offer is saltine crackers. You're going to be like, what the hell kind of feast is this? I need protein. This is what's coming through. You're going to have to go towards what it is that is calling you. This is like the miniature of the hermit, and it's going to feel a little bit of dark night of the soul in December going into January. Now, what else came through in January? Cover your ass time. There is someone that is more than willing to take energy or energetic currency and take a little too much, and you cannot give enough to this person. You need to take care of yourself. Now this one, you might leave a little bit behind for them. Usually you see the campground behind and the guy is taking all the swords away, so there doesn't have to be battles. He's considered the thief, but he is heroic in his own right because he's learning to cover his ass and travel lightly. He knows the thoughts that he needs to leave behind right here in the background. He knows what needs left behind, and he knows what he needs to carry to go forward. And he knows not everything he's been given or everything available he needs to take. He needs to leave some of it behind. You wouldn't keep moving clothes that were like, I wouldn't keep moving around and take clothes that are size 12 for me. No, if you've outgrown something, you've outgrown something, right? Yeah, temperance here. Finding a way to do this balanced in January is what's going on. To cover your ass without doing further damage. And this, it feels like very much like leaving a thought, and perhaps people that have the very, very narrowest of thought behind. So you're allowed to thrive. So you can have a more balanced way of going forward. That's in January. Whatever is the ick, the energetic weight, the discomfortable and uncomfortable burdens that you have outgrown, you do not need to carry into the next year, okay? That's what I'm getting for January. For February, you're going to be asked to step up in a way that's very, very different. And this is going to be something that is so interesting for you. This is fabulous. This is the Page of Cups, but he's coming through with the wisdom of a king. He's coming through after having acquired the wisdom of being balanced and ready to do something new, right? Here's the king. Very, very young man energy. Here's the page that should be young man energy, but it's a little bit aged, a little bit wiser, and creating something new. Very much about creation in February. Creating something new. Offering this gift forward, even though it might be a little bit like I don't know if I'm ready to commit to something this big. I don't know if I'm ready to take on something this big. You're getting the opportunity that is a little bit of a different thing than what you thought. This one went to get the water, and he ends up getting 2 fish in this. Two things to balance. Why? Because he's learned the art of balancing. So the universe is going to give him a different kind of plate to balance and something of more substance. Okay, that's February. March, we're seeing the Page of Coins. Now, this one I always call the Batman card. It's because he's got the coin and he hesitates and he thinks he's Robin instead of Batman. This is where you're really learning to be the main character in your own story. And this is something you've known all along. You've done really, really well, but you're even doing it in a more advanced is the wrong word. That's a loaded word. In a deeper way. In a way that's truer to yourself. You're going forward, forward, forward with this page. This is the 3rd page. You had a page in September. You had a page in October. I'm going to show you those. September, you had the knowledge. October, you had the inspiration, the idea, the exploration. Here, you're finally realizing, yeah, you are the main character. Yeah, you do need to be main character. Yeah, you do have the gift. The big gift that was so abundant. So many gifts. It's you being the Batman and figuring it out that, yeah, you are the Batman. So you lead your life on your own terms and it's perfect for you. Not only is it perfect, it enriches you, it feeds you, it fuels you, gets you really, really motivated to take on new things in a different way, to turn the stinky fish tea into a fish buffet, to turn the gift into something that really, really grows and grows and grows. This is what's March next to April. 8 of Wands. You're going to have to take on something fast. It's coming through in a very hurried way. It's indicating all of April. It's starting to open up in April and in May, and then in the beginning of next June, opening up. So it begins in April, goes through to May. You've got the crone here. What else do we need to know about April and what's these wands coming in a row? Something that's speeding through. The way you're seeing is different. You're engaging a little bit more. Third eye engaging a little bit more. Third eye engaging a little bit more. It's here. The perspective and the way you see is different. It's here. The way you see what's your territory is different. It's here. The way you ride the waves is different. And this is just the wands. But the King of Cups challenged you in November to ride the waves and do it in an evenly way. Knight of Swords wants to come through. Truth has to come through. Carried through big. What's coming through? Crone, to clarify the crone. The High Priestess year, it's like a new next leveling up of the High Priestess year. Truth has to come through. What's coming through? That's what's coming through. It's like you're working yourself into a way where the High Priestess comes through huge. And you don't even know that this is what you're preparing for all along the way. That's complete. That is gorgeous. I love that for you. That's what I got. That's fantastic. All right. Wow. Yeah. It's the tarot of the unfolding path that I use. And it's because it does unfold and unfold and unfold. A little piece at a time, little piece at a time, little piece at a time, little piece at a time. So that's what I've got. What a gorgeous, gorgeous reading. And it can't get better than having the High Priestess reveal the mystery in a way that is different to you, where this is opening and where I told you this third eye opening. It's just getting better and better. You are understanding your gifts. You're understanding your intuition. You're understanding what you're seeing a little bit further ahead. It's fantastic. All right, let me get some water. And it looks like we've got Emily for a mini next. So we'll get that next. But holy moly, beautiful. Yeah, Tarot of the Unfolding Path was that one. Oh, you are so, so welcome, honey. So, so welcome. So welcome. Emily for a mini. Okay, Emily, I'm not sure if we're supposed to be in the Tarot of the Owls or in the White Winnie deck, so give me a second. The White Winnie is an owl, but she's all white. Yeah, the White Winnie deck we're supposed to be for the mini for you. Okay, so Emily, here we go. The White Winnie. It feels like a sacrifice is coming in for you, Emily. I'm not sure what this is about, but what feels like a burden, what feels like a pain in the butt, what feels like imposition is part of the path. And it's going to feel like sacrifice comes when it's willing. And it's not something in this life that you feel like you would have chosen, but it feels like it's in the contract. So I don't know what that's about, but that's what's coming through. So let's take a peek. So what we're getting here, I've got 2 months coming up, and it's setting up as 2 months. I want some clarifiers because I've got it as in 4. And it's like 2 months, 2 months. So let's see what's going on. So Emily, we've got the High Priestess, this inner knowing and the mystery and asking different questions, and the Ace of Cups coming in. This is huge, huge, huge for you. There is something that is transforming, a wholeness, a restoration that's happening. This is very, very spiritual in nature coming through for you. And this not enoughness, this feeling of lack or feeling like you have to hold on to what makes you stabilized so much is shifting for you. There is something that is restorative here. Let's see what's going on with this. This feels like this month. It feels like there's an acceptance of things for a different term. Accepting something. It's like you will be willing to open up a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit less closed down. Now this is really interesting because it feels like specific to this month, there's something, and by the end of the month, there's this restoration of the spirit. Six of Pentacles, King of Swords. This is the gift. This is when there is usually material gifting or charity coming forward, and the knowledge and the truth that's going to let you lay a plan for the next 3 months. So the gift is, there's going to be a little bit of fortification that I'm seeing. It's coming through spirit first, then goes to more of the material or temporal sense, and then fortification. And then this is usually the card of the 3 months, but particularly as you're moving from this month into this is what's happening. So this is feeling like end of May going into June if we're talking time frames, okay? So that's what we've got. Now let's see if I'm going to move these to the side. See what's happening here in June. Yeah, you're picking up your pace. We've got the 8 of Wands coming in. This one is making the plan. Yeah, you're picking up your pace. Whatever it is, it feels like you're going to get a little bit of a, like a boost to your energy, a boost to your creativity and wanting to do and getting the ducks in a row, getting prepared. And 10 of Cups, a boost to the joy coming in. And this feels like very much June energy is about creating joy, bringing in more joy for you. Huge, huge, huge. Don't deny the gift coming to you. Don't go back to this, okay, honey? Receive what is being offered from this month. It is the gift. There's a spiritual gift coming so strongly in this month for you. Don't refuse the offer or go back to an old way where it's too uptight, too frugal, too miserly of the spirit, okay? That's what I'm getting. Go towards this Queen of Pentacles, end of June. She's got it all. She's got what she needs. She's got plenty. Even if it wouldn't be measured by others as plenty, she knows how to use it. She's got plenty. Now let's see what else is going on here. Then we're going to go into the other owl deck because I want to see what's going on with that. Okay. All right. All righty, sweetie pie. What we're getting here is the gift of balance when you have to figure out gas and groceries. This feels like energetic currency more than actual dollars, but I'm using the analogy of gas and groceries because sometimes you have to put more into the tank or sometimes more into the belly, right? This is your energetic currency. Sometimes you have to put more into healing, more into creating, more into doing, or the practical. You need to have balance in your energetic currency. You might not have as much stamina as you want to have to do all the things that you want to do. So you're going to have to prioritize. And then here, the strength. This is learning to follow the gentle nudge, right? Learning more and more to follow the gentle nudge, to dial it in, to refine how you dial it in, to tune it in at a high level. So even more and more channels are open. Like think of the old time radios where they could just barely get it in. There's a lot of static and then you get a station and the stations are few and far between on the dial. And then think of now satellite radio, how you have so many stations. Like you can have, 80s on 8 and 90s on 9 or whatever it is. You have all these choices, all these things to do. You need to dial it in and fine tune and fine tune and fine tune. Choose and then dial it in and fine tune. Don't use all your energy, all your physical energy, all your physical energetic currency in a way that doesn't serve. Make sure that you're getting enough reward out of it. This might not be the year to do the marathon. It might be the year to run the race, but run your race. Not, oh, I must do a marathon. That kind of energy is what's coming through. Let's see what's coming through here for you, honey. We're getting a line of 7 coming in here. When you get the urge to hurry, slow down. Wow, I thought we had a line of 7. I don't know how many cards we got here. When you get the urge to hurry, slow down. Set the ducks in the row gently. That is what your wish is, to have things come in a way that is gentle and easy. When you get the urge to hurry, slow down. Things are going to be picking up. Your inspiration is going to pick up. So don't overdo. This also would give me cautionary to you on the extreme thinking. It's not all or nothing. It's learning to be moderate. The strength card and the balancing card here, very much like the temperance card, right? Okay. 6 of Cups. These friendships and this joy and the things that are not rose-colored but are happy. Take joy in the small things. This is huge for you right now. Let the little things tickle you pink. The little successes and the small victories are huge right now. Don't underestimate the victory of just the littlest thing. It could be that you're learning something that is small and you're trying to do it. Finally, it clicks in and it's like, yay. And to nobody else on the planet would it matter, but to you, you've got the rhythm of that figured out. You've got the sequence of it figured out. That's a small victory. Celebrate the small victories. Celebrate with friends that get it. 7 of Swords. Travel lightly. And in this case, this one doesn't need to carry all the thoughts, all the things, all the thinking, all the time. No, there needs to even be more release than this owl demonstrates. This is something that you need to travel even a little more lightly. For you, I'm feeling it perhaps would have been better to leave the 7 in the past and take the 2. Usually that's the math on the 7 of Swords. He leaves 2 behind and takes the 5, right? So that of the 7, you only need the 2. Travel lighter. Travel lighter. The old thoughts need to be left behind in a big, big way. Celebration's coming up for you. You won't see it coming, but it's time to celebrate. You learn to travel light. You learn to celebrate. And you learn to raise a glass to yourself and allow others that would raise the glass to you also. Then here comes the teacher and the student lesson. There's something that's being unlocked, and it's because of this. It's unlocked. It's ready now. Smaller groups, smaller groups, smaller groups. It's coming in, and it's getting ready in the now as we go forward. Smaller groups, celebrate these lessons. Once you learn to celebrate the small victories, things flow with so much more ease. The struggle to balance the energy is less challenging. The physicality of something becomes less challenging because you're going at a sensible pace. It's not that you have to be sensible, but you're going at a pace that's reasonable instead of unreasonable. You don't have to be frantic, all right? 9 of Swords. You're still going to have a little bit of struggle trying to make sense out of everything again. Don't crowd the swords. Don't crowd the thinking. Don't crowd the mind. Don't overthink. Don't deny yourself rest. Don't push too hard. Let it go. Let it come through. When you need to move on, you'll feel that. It's not that you need to figure something out. You just need to move on, okay? The 9 of Coins coming through. Sitting pretty in the garden. When you let go of these swords and you move on, you put yourself in a different place. You're literally seeing from a different view. It's almost as if the hangman pops down from the tree and sits in a throne. That's how it feels. Queen of Wands comes in, sits in the throne, understands that people can approach her, understands that people can come to her, understands that she doesn't need the audience of the whole wide world. She needs the audience of those that are coming to her that get and connect with her, that can understand simple joy, that can understand simple friendship, that can understand things in the way they need to be, instead of being overly complicated and convoluted and forcing their train of thought on them or forcing their frame of reference. It's those that lift the glass, that celebrate you as is, just as you are, and they're coming closer and closer and closer. Your group, your circle, is getting a little bit of a refinement going on this year, and that's okay. That's just what's happening. King of Pentacles. Finally, at last, stability is coming in. Finally, at last, the support and stability that you've been craving, wanting, feeling like that it should be there, and why isn't it there, and why is everything so tenuous? It's finally there. It feels like things are a little bit more solid down the track. Where are we at? This feels like September, October. Anything else? You need to be as the owl. Not that you need to be up late at night, but you need to have a fuller range of viewing, a fuller way of looking, and let go of the battle. Again, don't be defeatist. It is about the 2 swords. Just the 2 things that you can carry. Remember how I said you don't need the 5, you need just the 2. You really do just need the 2. The 2 focuses, the 2 primary focuses of the mind, important for you. And that's what brings the reward. It's the work. It's something that comes second nature, something that you love. That's where you need to apply yourself. This is where you need to devote your time. This is what's going to bring you most joy. Yeah, that feels complete. And in September, it feels like there is something that feels strengthened, fortified because of that. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but that's what I've got for you, honey. That's what I got. Wild, but that's what it is. So, yeah. All right. Okay, yeah, the list is closed for today. I should be back Wednesday at 11, guys, and that is great. I think that probably I'm going to call it today. Side note, you just listened to yours? Yeah, good. Excellent. Yeah, I will upload the show after I'm done. You guys can, like, put comments or what resonates or whatnot on there and go from there. But I think we're going to call it. Kim, am I current with everybody? I think I am. Emily, your kids are trying to figure out how to make your ex and his new baby in. Thanks so much. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, whatever it is, it's a little bit different than what you expected, but it will be feeling much better in September. So that's what I got. Okay. All right. So, Kim, I think we're done. Are we done?